yeah, I plan to do that because, you know, why not? I have not made a video in a long time. By a long time, I mean, it feels like a long time since I've just sat in front of the camera to offer a few words. And as today is the 7th of June, the day Prince Rogers Nelson hatched into this universe, June 7th, 1958. And it's the 7th. In the beginning, God made the sea, and on the 7th day, he made me. My name is Prince, right? Prince, shout out to that brother. Like, for real. It being 10 years since he left this planet has really caused a deep sense of reflection. I've been always in reflection and introspection. I'm thinking of things, I'm analyzing, I'm reading old journals, I'm trying to connect recipes of the past to the present. And Prince is a vital component in my life, and he has been for a long time. And when he was on this planet with us, and I made videos about his music, and I talked about what he was doing, it always came from a sense of like, ooh, y'all, Prince is doing something like, ooh, like, what's gonna be? Like, I'm so fascinated and inspired by his music today, as much as I was then. And as I see others discover him for the first time and I get into the journey, it's like, this dude, this man, he gonna be here forever. He put himself in the music. Music never lies. You know it's true. I don't even have to, you know who. Like, it's true. His music, it's in the music. Some of us talked to him, he talked to us. Usually it was that. He was telling us something and we're just like listening and realizing we're talking to him. It's a reverence, but it's not worship. I don't worship anyone. And I didn't worship Prince. I don't think anyone should worship anybody. Prince didn't want people worshiping him. He was clear on that. So it's kind of interesting how that sometimes is formed and you see people kind of develop these parasocial relationships with people we don't know. Like, we don't know these people like that. We know, and Prince said, whatever you think is true. I'm sorry, everything you think is true. You know, so he knew about narrative. He shared himself. He shared the life very clearly. Yeah, that was also intentional. I'm like, I'm about to put on, I'm about to do some stuff. I even have like a pearl necklace on. This is a very old shirt. It's 6 years old, but it still looks clean, right? I like this button a lot. I started to have like a little purple hanky on my neck, but I'm like, that's too much. I'm not doing all that. But I'm sitting on the purple chair. But anyways, my mind is many places right now because there's a lot happening in my life that I'm having to face. I'm facing the music, y'all. And it's causing tears. I just left a silent retreat. That was 10 days. I'm writing about that. Work out your own salvation is the name of it. I'm working on it, and it's going to be a piece, so I'm not even sure how it's being formed, but this is all to say, shout out to Prince, and also all of those who were with him in a musical way, in a production way, who passed on as well. Like, I think of Cat Glover, I think of Jelly Bean Johnson, and all of these wonderful people who were a part of his landscape that are no longer here. And it just kind of hit me for a little bit this morning as I was thinking about Wally. You know, these are people we met just through, I met them at bunkers, they were around Minneapolis, and they shared with us such light. They were happy and joyful, and they have such good music. Like, the music is so good. The funk, the richness of it, the soul and the spirit. And you know, I'm not in Minnesota because, again, I was on the silent retreat. I haven't been in Minnesota for 4 years. But I know I've seen pictures of y'all. I know y'all at parties, you're celebrating. I've seen reviews where people are like, oh, like, should I call out names? I'm not. That's kind of ridiculous. John Breen. All right, I did it. Oops. Anyway, he wrote this article about the celebration. And, you know, it was kind of, I laughed at some pieces the way he described it, but I still think for those who are there, they understand that it ain't about that. Like, we know it, Prince is not on this planet anymore. He's not. He said, I'm leaving. And he told, I mean, don't get me started on the songs he did right before this happened. Like, I listened to those songs. I listened to Way Back Home. I listened to Artificial Age. I'm like, this dude was talking about AI in 2014 and we didn't even know. Artificial, but art official. Like, I just remember being in at that time with so many of you, so eager to know what's about to happen. Like, what are you about to say? What are you about to do? Because we didn't know. We didn't know. Even if you were there, you did not know until it happened. And it was like, oh, okay. And then it's like, wait, did it happen? I was thinking about me going to New Zealand. And, you know, obviously that last time I saw him live, and I was so scared. I remember calling Kirk. Shout out to you, Kirk, if you're watching this video, if it gets across. And I was just like, I need tickets for myself and 2 people who I'm staying with here. And he put me on the guest list and he made it happen. And I was able to see him for that last time. We were all able to see him. And I remember the last performance of Free Yourself, which again, listen to that song, Free Yourself, again, if you haven't. It's just like, oh, this guy, he told it, like, he allowed us to be in his little world and say what's up. And just kind of like, poo poo, you know, if he knew you tapped into the music, he will recognize you. It didn't matter what you thought of yourself. He told you, no, you are this. You can do this. And you're like, what? And you're like, yeah, you can. And it provides comfort. It provides love. It's like, you know, we all have criticisms. I even have criticisms with Prince. Like, you should have criticisms for everybody, honestly, because it's good. It means these people are quote unquote legends. I don't like even using that term, but to acknowledge that there are people who are here who's provided a very significant mark on humanity, whether it was through music or their books or their, you know, whatever source of sharing. Like, these people are humans. Prince was a mortal man. He said, I want to be. Anyway, he was an honest man. I think he tried to be an honest man, even in his contradictions. And when you look at him, and we can look. So I've thought of making videos about this, but it's like, I'm not doing that. I'm just glad this guy shared so much of himself. And it was vulnerable. Like, you look at it, it's like, wow, this dude, oof. Like, man, there's a lot of things that a lot of people miss for whatever reason. But it's just a flood of thoughts coming, and I'm like, okay, and I said this yesterday, I was like, I'm gonna probably do a video. And here's the video. Talking about P. Like, again, we can go into the details of this, that, and third. I'm not doing that. I just wanted to say these flood of thoughts in honor and in respect and in homage. But again, I feel like spiritually, and by spiritually, I mean in a very connecting way that's sort of unexplainable, is he never left, really, you know? Because even when he was here, it was almost like, is he here? It's like, what? And so I'm sending love to everyone. Listen to the music, enjoy, dance, groove, dance music, sex romance. I wish you heaven, blessings, buttons, and all of that, and what I used to say.